which I thought was unnecessary. She should know when her periods are. And I never trusted my science teacher either, because she said to me that potassium is the only element that could float. So, to prove her wrong, I took a shit in her swimming pool. My English teacher always tried to embarrass me by getting me to spell out words that she knew that I couldn't spell. One time she said to me, Jack, I want you to spell out a 5-letter word that best described who she was as a teacher. So I said S-H-I-T. I got in so much trouble. It was only 4 letters. Whenever my maths teacher asked me to do anything, I always used to say, but I can't be asked. And he'd always say, you'd never get anywhere with that attitude. Well, now the joke's on him, because I'm gay. He'd also ask me these weird scenario type questions as well. Like, at an Egyptian market, Ahmed has 10 apples. If John takes 2 and Lucy takes 3, what does Ahmed have? Apparently 10 apples and 2 hands wasn't the answer. Having teenage daughters has opened me up to new experiences, like going to get breasts measured. And when I go, it's usually me and a bunch of mums and their daughters. And it's so awkward, because all they do is look and stare. But I've got to say, I'm glad I've done it though, as I've now got confirmation that I'm a 38 double T. They say that I lack empathy because I make them buy their own tampons, which they find embarrassing. But my argument is, I find it embarrassing buying my own extra small condoms. Suck it on with it. When at a family reunion, my mother introduced me to Edward. She says to me, Jack, this is Edward. He's your second cousin, twice removed. Which I thought was unfair on him. He'd only lost 2 fingers. I always hated when my mum said that she went without so that we could eat. She never went without. She got laid every weekend without fail. Growing isn't much of a punishment anymore, is it? Because let's be honest, they've got their TVs, they've got their phones, and they've got their Xboxes. It's actually much more of a punishment to make them go outside. But then of course they start moaning and scratching at the window going, it's cold and it's dark and there's a man out here who keeps on staring at me. Give us a cheer if you were spanked as a child? Yeah, I was too. And personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Just as long as you remember to stop as soon as the child goes, harder, Daddy. When walking through my local cemetery, I saw an elderly couple come the other way. And I thought to myself, how responsible of them to be checking out their next house move. I go away on a lot of staycations and static caravans, which is basically my way of saying to the kids that I can only afford to take you away to shit in the cupboard. Just pretend that you're Harry Potter and that you have a family that loves you. I've been to Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and let me tell you, they don't like it when you do that there. I've also been to America and discovered that after every meal that you have, you're meant to give your waitress a tip. But when I tried, they asked me to put it back in my trousers. When on a romantic meal out with my girlfriend, she thought it would be a good idea to say 3 things that we love about each other. And she says that she loves me because I'm kind, caring, and funny. Now she caught me off guard with this, so I had to look around for inspiration. And I ended up saying to her that I love her because she's delicious, tangy, and a great Coke taste with 0 sugar. In fact, the last time we went out for a meal, we had a banging time. Unfortunately, the restaurant caught us and we were asked to leave. And I'll leave you with this one. The other day, I saw an elderly man out having brunch with a colostomy bag. And I thought to myself, that brings a whole new meal to the term bottomless. Have a good evening.